Hello, my name is Andrew Isaac and I'll be going over the cortical prosthetic arm. Since ancient times, men and women have lost their limbs due to accidents, disease, and even war. Prosthetics were created in order to serve as replacements for those lost limbs. However, many of these prosthetics neither look like nor function like the real limbs. Advancements in prosthetics did not occur till just recent years. An example for prosthetic limbs is the cortical prosthetic arm. Today I'll be going over the cortical prosthetic arm and its development and the research that is being done today. In 2008, scientists and researchers have experimented on monkeys in order to find out how a cortical prosthetic arm will work. These two monkeys had their brains connected to a robotic prosthetic which could read their movements. Those movements were read by cortical signals from the brain. In addition to this, a simple algorithm was used in order to program this arm. Nature Publishing Group states, a simple algorithm was used in order to translate the animal's cortical command signals into movements. This reveals that if this type of prosthetic would be created for humans, it needs to read the cortical signals from the brain and also needs to run on a simple algorithm. A few years later, the first model of the cortical prosthetic arm was created, and it was approved by the FDA on May 9th, 2014. In addition to that, on the same year, the first owner of the cortical prosthetic arm received his prosthetic arm. He was a Swedish engineer who lost his arm in an accident. However, despite this achievement, many amputees can neither afford this arm, and the arm is also low on stock as well. However, scientists are planning to improve on the arm and also are trying to make it more mainstream for amputees. Max Catalan, a researcher for ScienceScope, states, "We see this technology as an improvement, an important step towards more natural control of the artificial limbs." This reveals that engineers are trying to make the prosthetic arm work more as an actual limb rather than just a robotic arm. Now I'll be going over the research being done today that involves the cortical prosthetic arm. At the University of Pittsburgh, scientists and engineers are experimenting with this paralyzed guy who's paralyzed from the neck down. They allowed him to finally feel the sense of touch that he has lost for over a year. They connected his brain using chips in order to allow him to control a robotic prosthetic arm. He was both able to move and to feel a sense of touch with that arm. This can be useful for developing the latest and newest version of the cortical prosthetic arm. However, despite this person not even being an amputee and the prosthetic arm being robotic rather than an actual connectable prosthetic arm. In addition to this, DD Labs is working on a new prosthetic arm and is seeking investors in order to invest on this new project. This arm will cater to the millions of amputees in India and is planned to be more mainstream and also an improvement to the last arm. The article Venture Center Invests in Healthcare Startup DD Labs states, DD Labs is working on a non-invasive multi-grafts myoelectric prosthetic arm. This reveals that this arm will be an improvement by being able to be retachable and will have better grasping skills than the last arm that was from 2014. In addition to that, this arm will be myoelectric, meaning that it will be solely powered by the movement of muscles. And to conclude the speech, I would like to say that I was glad to share the awesome technology of the cortical prosthetic arm, and in addition to that, we have seen this prosthetic arm turn from only a dream to a reality. Now it is time to see this arm turn from a reality into a possibility for millions of amputees.